Hello students, today we are going to discuss about Beckmann rearrangement. So what is Beckmann rearrangement? Beckmann rearrangement is the acid catalyzed transformation of a ketoxine to N-substituted amine. It is the acid catalyzed transformation of ketoxine to N-substituted amine. So I will take one general example here. So R dash. So this is our ketoxine which is going to transferred into amide group. It is N-substituted amine, and this whole rearrangement will take place in presence of acidic reagents such as concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4 and thionyl chloride SOCl2, sulfur trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide, phosphorus pentachloride, etc. That means whole rearrangement will take place in presence of these kind of acids. And in Beckmann rearrangement, the group which is trans to the OH group, that is hydroxyl group, is migrated. So simply I will write here. So R, C, R dash. So I will take it as N and OH. See, as carbon to carbon double bond will form as trans and cis isomers, similarly carbon to nitrogen double bond will also form the cis and trans isomers. And then the group which is trans to the hydroxyl group is migrate here. So we will get the product here, that is R. See that carbon will convert it into ketonic, and here NH R dash. So here the R dash, that is this alkyl group or aryl group, is trans to this OH. So it get migrated here. So overall reaction will take place in any acid. So simply I will write H plus here. So if you write RCO, R dash CO NHR, this is wrong. You have to write RCO NHR dash. That is the group which is trans to the OH group will get migrated here, and the overall reaction will take place in acid medium, because that's why only it is called acid catalyzed transformation of ketoxine. Okay, we will see the mechanism. So once again I will consider a general example here. So that is R, C, R dash, C double bond, N and OH. And the mechanism of Beckmann rearrangement involves 4 steps. And the step 1 is protonation of hydroxyl group. That is step 1, protonation of hydroxyl group, that is H plus. So this OH group will attack here and it becomes, that means it will abstract the proton from acid media. So this becomes R, C, R dash, and this is now N, OH2. Because of having excess of bonds, now it will carry the positive charge. And the second step involves the migration of group which is trans to the protonated hydroxyl group, that is migration of this one which is takes place, and it will attach the nitrogen, and the removal of water molecule will take place simultaneously in second step, that is 1,2 shift, that is migration of this group, the group which is trans to the protonated hydroxyl group, and it also includes the removal of water molecule in this step. This is the step 2. So now what we get, that is R dash, then C double bond N, and what we have got now, this is R dash. So because of the loss of one bond, this carbon will get positive charge, and this intermediate is called nitrilium ion. This is called nitrilium ion. So now we will move towards the third step. So third step involves the attack of nucleophile to the electron deficient carbon of nitrilium ion, that is water molecule will attack here, that is the attack of nucleophile to the electron deficient center, that is C plus here. So this becomes, this is R dash, here we have OH2, and because of excess of bond, now oxygen is having positive charge. So along with this we have C double bond N, and this is R. And now for first step, once again it involves the removal of proton. The first step is removal of proton, is minus H plus. So here we will get the loss of one proton. So later we get the next compound, that is COH, and here R dash, and we have the double bond N R. So here is intermediate compound, and now it undergo the tautomerization. So during tautomerization, that hydroxyl group is, that is enol form, is converted into a keto form. So here the hydrogen will donate these electrons and remove here, and it will attacked by the nitrogen. So this bond will shifts here, and now H plus is available, so that H plus will attack this position. So now what we will get, this is R dash CO NH R. So this is our amide. So that is ketoxime is converted into amide through the acid catalyzed reaction. Now we will see some applications of Beckmann rearrangement. Applications of Beckmann rearrangement. So first application of Beckmann rearrangement is, it is used in the synthesis of caprolactam. It is used in the synthesis of caprolactam. So caprolactam is one which is used for the production of nylon 6, that is fabric nylon 6, and this caprolactam is synthesized from cyclohexanone. So we will write reaction here. So this is our cyclohexanone, which is going to react with hydroxyl amine, that is NH2OH, and here the removal of water molecule will take place. The reaction is somewhat like this. This is H2 and this is OH, and this hydrogens from hydroxyl amine will get bind with this oxygen and they removed as water molecule, and this nitrogen will bind this carbon. So it will form now ketoxime. So this is our ketoxime. So now this ketoxime is going to converted into amide group. So overall reaction takes place in acid media. So the group which is, that is the carbon which is trans to this OH group, now going to migrate here. That means this one, this carbon is trans to OH group, and the breaking of this bond will take place and the formation of new bond will take place with this carbon. So loss of this double bond will also take place. Just keep in your mind, the carbon which is directly attached to the nitrogen with double bond is converted into a ketonic group. So simply this group will migrate here and we will get the compound somewhat like this. So this is caprolactam. This carbon which is attached to the nitrogen is now become ketone, and this is our nitrogen, and here once again we have remaining structure. Just keep in your mind, the carbon atom which is trans to the hydroxyl group will migrate here. That means this carbon will migrate, or else this carbon. So which is trans? First we have to check. So this carbon is going to migrate. That means the breaking of this bond will take place. So now we will get the 7-membered ring, and this 7-membered ring is called caprolactam. And now we will move towards the second application of Beckmann rearrangement. It is used in the synthesis of paracetamol. It is used in the synthesis of paracetamol. Actually, in previous session we have discussed that the paracetamol is prepared from para-nitrophenol, but sometimes we can also prepare paracetamol directly by acyling the phenol group. So I will write the reaction here. So initially we will take the phenol and it is directly acetylated with acetic anhydride, that is CH3CO twice O. Now it will convert into ketone, or we can say para-hydroxy ketoxine. Now this para-hydroxy benzophenone, this is nothing but this is para-hydroxy benzophenone. Now this intermediate compound is made to react with hydroxyamine, that is NH2OH. Now this ketonic group is replaced and it will form the ketoxine. So this is OH. The loss of water molecule will take place once again, and here we will get, this is carbon, and here we have nitrogen, OH, and remaining CH3. Now this compound undergo Beckmann rearrangement in presence of thionyl chloride, and that leads to the formation of paracetamol. So paracetamol, so this is OH here, and here we will get NHCO CH3. This is nothing but paracetamol. Now we will see one more application, that is synthesis of benzylidene from benzophenone oxide. Synthesis of benzylidene from benzophenone oxide. So our benzophenone oxide is this is our benzophenone oxide, which is undergo Beckmann rearrangement in acid media, and it will convert into benzylidene. is as usual. So the compound which is trans to this OH group, now it will migrate. So the compound somewhat we will get like this, NCO, and here we have H, and it is the rest of the compound. So this compound is called benzylene.